My name is Ashleigh Rhodes, and this is Juliana, and this is Meredith, and we're going to tell you a couple of stories. Well, we're going to tell you about some animals for the time for all ages today. First,
the platypus.
Well, we're going to tell you a little bit about when Europeans first found out about the platypus. So the platypus lives in Australia, which is very far away from Europe. And in like the turn of the 19th century, like 1797, they didn't have planes and they didn't have, video cameras. So if you went to a place like Australia, it took you like a long time on a boat. And then you might see animals there and you might be like, oh, I'm going to, I want to tell my buddies back home about it. And so they did. So some of these, naturalists were trying to discover, learn about the animals in places like Australia. And so they sent back pelts and pictures. So this is drawings that they sent from that time period. This is from like 1801. And then they would send back pelts like that. And so here is, and so when I was a kid and I learned about the platypus, I heard, and they said, oh, well, they didn't believe it was real. And I was like, why wouldn't they believe it was real?
No.
And they were like, they thought it was sewed together parts of different animals, right?
Mama, I don't want a pic.
It's okay. We're going to switch to a different picture in a second. So there's a duck of the bill of a duck, the tail of a beaver. Like, it kind of looks like the feet of, I don't know, a bird or something.
Yeah, it seems a lot like claws.
Yeah, they even have venom on their back feet. Did you know that? And so they didn't believe it was real. And I was like, well, why wouldn't they believe that? And what I have found out since is that really it's a thing in certain places to do this, to make up fake animals. And so the platypus is real. We know that because they're in zoos. You can see them. There's pictures of them. There's videos. That is not a platypus.
That is a griffin.
But you can go to National Geographic and all of that. But at the time, they didn't have Wikipedia to tell you what was up. And for centuries, there's been a history of things like that. That's called a Wuppertinger from Germany. Now, Wuppertingers.
That's not the Wuppertinger.
Well, okay, I showed you a different picture. This is the picture I showed you before, right?
Wuppertinger!
So the truth is that there's lots of different things that they call Wuppertingers. And if you go to Bavaria in Germany, chances are if you go into a bar, there might be one of these sitting on a shelf. And they'll be like, yeah, that's a Wuppertinger. And so apparently Wuppertingers come in lots of different
a standing up person that's weird.
Well, you said one of them looked like you said that one, not that one. You said that one looked like a vampire bunny, right?
Yeah, vampire bunny!
So somebody made that by taking parts of different animals and putting it together.
Somebody made that one?
Yeah, for fun. So I didn't know about the Wuppertinger until just this weekend. But when I was a kid, I knew about the jackalope, and there's lots of funny stories about the jackalope.
Mommy,
about jackalopes.
I am a jackalope. I have one.
Yes, jackalopes have bad reputations for causing problems, and you don't want to encounter them because they will run up and try to butt you with their horns.
They go.
And they live where I grew up in the Southwest. So, and this is the hodag, right? This is what we were talking about earlier, and you said, "Oh, I want a different picture." The hodag.
Yeah, I want colored.
Well, maybe you can draw your own picture.
Oh.
The head of a frog, the grinning face of a giant elephant, thick, short legs set off by huge claws, the back of a dinosaur, and a long tail with spears at the end. So basically, the wrap up to this time for all ages is you can go and Google platypus, and you can go and Google hodag and jackalope, and there's lots of cool pictures.
You can make your own animal.
Yes. So you're giving the next step away. So you can Google those things and find out what's real and not real. And you can make up your own. So Meredith, you said what you would make if you could make your own animal.
I would make an elephant with a horn and wings.
Right.
It wouldn't be very good with bird wings.
Right.
He would probably have like 3 sets of big wings. 3 sets, because he's very heavy. 3 sets.
So I hope you guys have lots of fun.
No! Horses need wings and horses need horns.
Horses need wings and horses need horns, says Juliana, because horses are very important in Juliana's life, right? Horses are very important. So what we would like to say from our house is,
don't need horns.
So Juliana is very offended at the idea of an elephant with a horn.
No!
What do you think about narwhals, Juliana? What do you think about narwhals? Do narwhals have horns?
Mommy, I want to see a bunch of horns.
Yeah. Are narwhals real?
I want to.
Okay, well, I will leave that to you to figure out if narwhals are real, like on my dress. And we would love to hear about your animals, your animals that you make up, and you give them the best qualities that you can give them. And if you want to share them in the Facebook group, or if you want to email them to programming@stjohnsvu.org, we would love to see your animals. And I hope you have fun imagining some pretty wild creatures.
Mommy, you should put that on YouTube.